What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, and we're going to be discussing another movie for today's movie. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man: Far From Home. Now, if you guys have not seen the movie, go check it out. We are going to be getting the spoilers here and there, not too much, but going into a lot of different things. But first off, let me just say, I oh man, I gave you guys a little bit of a tidbit when I made a previous video. Uh, when I was going to the gym earlier today, and I was saying I was like in 30 minutes in, possibly it needs to pick up. And it picked up a little bit, but at the same time, there was, oh my gosh, man, I like to know why they are making Spider-Man like this. If you guys have already not known, I don't like this version of Spider-Man. I don't like the way they made now the characters. It's like there's just so much wrong with this version of Spider-Man. I mean, I'm not sure if it's the actors or the way it's written. I don't like it because, they have Spider-Man looking so weak in the main story. It's like he's good as a side character. This Spider-Man is good as a side character, not for the main movies. Now, when they did, and I'm gonna say this on a side note, not every Spider-Man movie is perfect. That it has its issues, and I have stated that, which I'm probably gonna do another video on, in my own opinion. But at the same time, this Spider-Man, the way they made this Spider-Man is just horrible. And I did not like Homecoming, and to be honest, guys, I didn't like Far From Home either. The story didn't make no sense, and for any of you guys that seen the trailer or seen the movie, my thing of it is, why would you send him to out of New York and then fight the elements and Mysterio and all those different things, and and then go back to New York at the very end of the movie, which, no spoiler alert, and then have MJ find out, he's Spider Man, and don't know who this real MJ is. You don't know if this is Mary Jane Watson, Michelle Jones, and I don't like the way they've done her either, and I don't like, they've done with Peter's so-called friend. It's like there's no reason for that person to be that character to be there, and they made Flash Thompson look like a punk. He's nothing but a little, to me, he's nothing but a little douche that likes to stream and poke fun at Peter when in the comics and any other movie, Flash Thompson was always the jock, the bully, and this they make this Flash Thompson look like a punk, a wimp, and they make all these characters look really stupid, and and this is just like crazy. And then they made Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson being in this movie, and he really felt like he was ignorant. He like he didn't know anything, and I'm like, that ain't Nick Fury. Like, come on, this is not Nick Fury. Like, he when in Winter Soldier, he went through something like this, but at the same time, he was able to come back from it. But he was deceived by Mysterio in this movie. He was made look stupid in this movie, and he wasn't. And I'm like, why are they making Nick Fury look stupid? I didn't like that. And then the the relationship between Happy and Aunt May, that was just unnecessary, and then having May, be like Peter's PR. It's like, really, come on. And that was unnecessary. And then the whole reason why some people like Aunt May in this version is because, yes, she the actress that plays her is an attractive woman. Of course, that's the whole reason why. But at the same time, they're putting things in the movie that is unnecessary. And I know I'm probably ripping this movie. And again, Spider-Man, this version of Spider-Man is good as a side character. This was more of a coming up story, but at the same time, it was really boring. I was sitting there the entire film, and I'm just like, I love Spider-Man, but this is crazy. And I do not think they're ever going to make a good Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland or whoever they may have as Spider-Man. for a live action film. They've had so many issues when Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man, when Andrew Garfield was Spider-Man, when Tom Holland is now Spider-Man, and now he's supposedly going to be doing one other movie, and we're going to be getting more movies of Spider-Man. But my thing of it is, guys, is it going to be better than what we've seen in the past couple of years? Because it hasn't. This Spider-Man looks just stupid, and I don't like it. And I mean, the costumes don't look that bad. The new Spider-Man suit in this movie looked pretty cool. The old school Spider-Man they've done in this looked good. The one that Tony Stark gave him, I thought it was cool. The black stealth suit it did not impress me in this movie. Some of the fight scenes could have been better. The CGI I've seen better. The writing was horrible. The narrative was horrible. There was just no point to this movie at all. You could have done this in New York. You could have done this in the States, and it was just a waste of time. Like 3/4 of this movie, and then dealing with the teachers like, oh, we're going through all this, but we're still gonna have a good time, and all this other kind of stupid crap. And it's just stupid, and you're just like, come on, like what are the directors and the writers really doing? And then they had where the 5 years of people dealing with being gone, they got older, and then they said in Avengers that Aunt May did not get bleaked out, but now they're saying she did. So you don't know what's true and what's not because they keep changing it. They need to keep to the narrative, and they're not doing that. So that's making fans like myself upset. And I've been seeing a lot of backlash on this movie. There's been plenty of backlash on this movie, and I can understand why, because the movie was not as good as people thought. And honestly, guys, I'm going to give this movie a 2 or maybe a 1. And that's sad to say, but it's not living up to my standards of what Spider-Man should be. From everything I've been hearing from media to what they're wanting Spider-Man to be is not what they're not doing. They're wanting Spider-Man to become something and the characters to become something they're not, to please other people, and that is not what that should be about. And I just don't like that. And I don't want, when they did Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, there was a lot of issues with that film, the way they wrote it, but it was still decent. Same thing with the Andrew Garfield movies, they were okay. But these are just, it's like they're lowering the bar every time they do a Spider-Man film. And I'm like, are they ever going to get one right? And it's sad to say that the animated movie Spider-Man and Spider-Verse was the best one of all Spider-Man movies. And me being a big Spider-Man fan, I'm sitting here going, what the hell are y'all doing? Can y'all not make a decent live-action Spider-Man movie to live up to the comics, to what we know, to what is the origin of Spider-Man, to what Stan Lee created, to what his legacy is, and you're shitting on it. And that upsets me. And I'm not trying to take it out on the actors. I'm not trying to take it out on anybody. It's just it's the way that you give people, their so-called version of it, and then they twist it into something of what it is, and then what they want it to be. And all this stuff that they put in here was just unnecessary, and they put all that into this film, and they really shit on Spider-Man even worse in this film, and I didn't like it. And I just don't think that if they do make another one, I may not even watch it, because I was like, first one, okay, yeah, I'll give it a chance. Didn't like it. Okay, second one, okay, let me give it another chance. I didn't like it. What's to say I'm not going to like the third one? Because they've already said they're going to be more likely making a third one. More than likely, I'm not going to watch it. The other Marvel movies, this is probably, because when I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, guys, I didn't really care for those either. Guardians of the Galaxy was more of like a side characters as well. It's just there are certain Marvel movies that I don't really care for, and there's some that I do like Ant-Man. I didn't really care. The Ant-Man movies were okay. They were more side characters. Black Panther was a badass movie. Captain America trilogy, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, of course. They're all fantastic movies. Why can't they do the same thing with Spider-Man? Why are they wanting to change it so badly to fit someone else's narrative or feelings, and they just can't keep to the comics? I don't understand. I don't understand. And I think they need to go back and really look at what Spider-Man was and was becoming, especially in the 90s, they maybe need to go back and go to the 90s cartoons because that was Spider-Man. To me, that's Spider-Man, not the crap they're showing right now. That's just not Spider-Man. But I'm sorry, guys. This is more of a rant than a review, and I'm just very disappointed in this film. I'm very disappointed in what Marvel is doing to this character, and I think, in all honesty, I think Sony has a better rap on what they're doing than anybody, and I also believe that the creators that did Spider-Man PS4 game, that was hands down probably the best story I've ever seen in Spider-Man. Hands down, probably one of the best stories I've ever seen in Spider-Man. And this right here is down. You want to put it in the trash compactor because of how bad it was. But Mysterio, very, you know, character you just were like you didn't really care about. Um, it was just one of those characters that you just didn't really care for, and you don't really want to see again. But other than that, guys, the movie on itself, there was just so much unnecessary stuff. There was a lot of bad CGI, bad writing, bad acting, even. And I'm not going to say who. You guys can probably figure that out on your own. But other than that, guys, that is my review of Spider-Man Far From Home. This may have been a rant, but I think it was also necessary for me to get my opinion out there. You guys don't have, whoever sees this, you don't have to agree with me. You could dislike it, you could like it, you could agree, you could disagree. This is the whole point of why I make these videos. To get out my opinion, just like everybody else has their opinion on the movie. I would like to hear y'all's opinion. What do you think about this? What do you think about the movie? What do you think about how Spider-Man is becoming? I'd like to know in your comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, always consider about subscribing. Links down below. Please let me know your thoughts on the movie. If you went to go see it, what did you think about it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Did you just don't care for it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys on the very next video.